used to really struggle with explaining what my business is, and here's what I learned about that over New Year's. So last year in this video, I admitted that it was hard for me to explain what I do in a way that was beneficial for marketing because it feels very gimmicky and manipulative to me. And so this person asked, how has this progressed for me over the past year? And recently over New Year's, I was reading the book Lead It Like Lasso, and they had exercises for defining your mission and vision as a leader. And a lot of these exercises I still haven't found useful, but I liked the way they set it up in this book. So I teach people how to navigate office politics, the invisible rules, the ass kissing, the fake nice behavior. And I hate these rules. And as one of my own dissertation participants said, when I was interviewing them, I asked what had helped them be successful. They said, quote, "This is going to make me sound manipulative, making people feel like they're the most important person in the room. And I don't like the way that that sounds," end quote. This is why one of my coaching modules is called How to Build Influence Without Being Manipulative, because that's a real fear for people who are from working class backgrounds and tired of being exploited. The question I navigate is learning the game, making them just another team player, or opening them up to be a leader. Is it empowering them or forcing them to assimilate? And I have always been in the camp of teaching people what the rules are, teaching them what is designed to exclude them so that they can navigate them and make their own choices, so that more people with different backgrounds can get into these positions of power and succeed without losing themselves. The system wants you to think that knowing the rules means following them, but that's not what I teach. I don't teach people how to assimilate. I don't teach you how to be fake nice so you can get to the top. I teach you to see how someone is being fake nice to you, so that you know what they're actually doing and you don't just fall for it and fall into their trap. I teach you how, when someone's being passive aggressive, how to respond in a way that doesn't get you in trouble and instead holds them accountable. I teach you what schmoozing is so that you can know that if that's the game you want to play, that you can, and to know when it is and may not be worth it. So this has helped me really narrow down my mission. So now when someone asks me what I do, I say, my mission is to identify and reduce invisible barriers of social class mobility in the workforce so that workplaces, communities, and people benefit. My research has identified 8 unwritten rules that are barriers for people getting access to higher positions, and my coaching helps people spot them in real time, not to make them more professional or to make them fit in, but so that they know the power games that are going on and are empowered to make choices in a way that benefits them. Marketing feels manipulative when what it says it delivers is not what it delivers. And what I really liked about the Lead It Like Lasso book was, unlike a lot of other books that I've read that are just, here's your mission, here's your vision, it has you identify your core values first. And it makes the connection very clear between your core values come first, and then your mission, then your vision, then your task, and that should all support them. And that's a very IO psychology way of looking at things. Neither of the authors were IO psychologists, so I just love that. And what makes marketing come across as manipulative is also why a lot of employers come across as shitty, because they don't practice the values they preach. In my book on the unwritten rules of work, in the chapter on the unwritten rule of independence, I talk about how it's hard to find a company that doesn't say teamwork is one of their key values, and yet it's hard to find a company that does endorse rewarding people who work well together and aren't sabotaging behind each other's backs. And something that has changed for me in the past year, or that hasn't changed in my behavior, but has changed in me recognizing it, is owning that my marketing isn't manipulative, because I do make an effort to practice what I preach. I don't support Meta as a company, so you won't see my pages on there. You also don't see me paying to advertise my book via them, even though it would probably help with sales because they are wonderful advertising. But I am worried about the consequences of what they're doing and how that impacts us as a society. It would be much easier for me to make an audiobook that is only available on Amazon and make it very cheap and accessible. I'm not going to do it because I'm only going to have a book available on Amazon that's on social class dynamics while Amazon exploits workers all over the world. Can't do it. And there are some lines that have to be crossed. Clearly, I'm still on TikTok after their bullshit last January. YouTube has settled with Trump lawsuits and does all kinds of interesting things. So you can't completely unplug from a system, but I do try to intentionally make choices. When I partner with other businesses that they have my values, I intentionally collaborate with people from underrepresented backgrounds who actually live what my research looks into and who it benefits. While I do go into companies and give workshops talking about what these rules are, never do a single one where I don't talk about how we have an obligation as we move up to not enforce gatekeeping on the way down, and to question if these rules actually benefit the organization directly or if they're just exploitation to keep people who crave power and control in power. So TLDR, I teach you to spot hypocrisy and then I practice it, then my marketing is going to feel gimmicky. But if I show you the trick and I'm not just using it on you, and I truly believe in what I have to offer, then that feels different to me.